and it is Local Tracks at 4:30 right here on 95.3 Bob FM. So cool right there because this is the first time that the Clutter's brand new music has been heard. It is off their brand new album called Sleeping Light, and that track is track 4 called The Club, and it is an honor to have him back. It is Rick DeSutter from The Clutter. My friend, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Eric?
I'm doing terrific. Welcome. I love that song. It's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is really quite a story, how this album actually got produced. It is a long time coming. You and your band, you guys have been writing, and it's so hard to actually be able to get an album produced with this high quality and actually get it released. And it really took a community of friends, fellow artists, and people in the business that really helped this album come to fruition.
Yeah. It definitely did take a lot of people. I've been hesitant for years now to do any sort of crowdfunding because I don't like asking people for money and help for
Absolutely.
that sort of I mean, you'd rather do it on your own but it got to a point where it was like we've got these great songs but we don't have the kind of money it takes to get this done and my wife was kind enough to kick the ball off and get the ball rolling, and she started a funding page on GoFundMe, and a lot of friends and family helped fund the album, and we put the people that did a certain level of funding on the album in the credits there. And but yeah, we literally could not have afforded to do this without those people, and we're just so grateful for that because we really we put our heart and soul into this music, and we want to make it. You don't want to just halfway do it. We wanted to do the details, do it right. So
Absolutely.
And I especially enjoyed that process. Making it as good as we could.
Well, you are the front man. I mean, this is really your band. And first of all, what's your wife's name?
Ashley.
Well, see, that's so wonderful to be able to have that support at home.
Mm-hmm.
And she believes so much in your talent, obviously in your music, and wanted to support you and back you to be able to start this project so that this album could actually get funded so that it could be made. And it is so worthwhile. I, of course, had such a great opportunity introducing you guys at the Taste of Tippecanoe, and I've done it a couple of times. And the first time that I heard you guys, I was absolutely floored. And they went on early. They were kind of this unknown band, over in West Lafayette. I'm sure the people knew you, but really the community had really heard you with that big of a population, so many people coming out. And I literally got up on stage afterwards and I said, this is the future of what you're going to hear in rock and roll. It was absolutely amazing. You had these clean-cut guys come on with shirts plaid like what he's wearing right now, and all of a sudden you guys hit the stage and just knocked our socks off, and the music was absolutely fantastic.
Well,
so I'm
you.
so proud of you, Rick.
Thank you.
And your
Appreciate
wonderful
it.
bandmates, and of course your brand new album. First of all, I love the Clutter, of course, and I love the cover of this album. I've been seeing it go literally on social media. Who came up with this album cover?
Say.
By the way, you can see it on our Facebook page at 95.3 Bob FM or the Clutter's Facebook page.
Yeah, I definitely have to give credit where credit is due for that. So my brother, Mike DeSutter, he's older than me. He lives in Brooklyn.
Have to give that a shout out. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
He's older than me, by
Yeah,
the way.
he's older than me. I'm the runt of the family.
So am I, buddy.
But my brother Mike DeSutter is a collage artist in Brooklyn, New York, and he
Wow.
is with a community of other collage artists, and it's a big deal. They have these shows together and they create these pieces, and they're serious artists. And so my brother has had a series of these collages going on for a while, where he cuts up clippings from like old Time magazines and stuff like that, old clippings.
Yeah.
And one day I was flipping through his site, and he has hundreds of these, if not thousands. And I was like, man, I think that's a great direction to go for the album, because I've seen our old covers and they're a little more cartoony, so to speak. And I was like, I think this is a good, mature direction for the album cover. So I asked him, I said, can we, one day this one hit me, and I saw that spot for the title, and I was like, that's perfect. And he said, we could work something out to use it.
I bet he was pretty honored by you asking.
Yeah. I think he had mentioned maybe one other band had used one of his for a project even, but Yeah, I'm thrilled to use my brother's work for it, and I feel like it speaks the right vibe for the album.
Well,
So
I think it
I
does
love
too.
the cover. That's one of my favorite things about it.
Yeah, it is really awesome and it really stands out, which I think is amazing. And I love that it is a collage because that kind of represents the type of music that you produce. And it really is a collage of so many different genres. And you really transform not just grunge, but also metal and also kind of that epic, wonderful album that we used to hear, where it really is a
70s
journey. The 70s.
prog.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
I
where
agree.
It's a total journey.
I always say we kind of dip into a few different sounds. Definitely 70s riff progressive music is one of my favorites. And then on occasion I feel like there's a little bit of that like 90s grunge. And then the third thing is kind of like what I was hearing a lot of around early 2000s, that kind of just modern rock vibe. So it's those three things together I feel like makes our sound mostly.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so unique. I mean, we all learn from other musicians or other artists, and that's the whole idea of art, is to be able to learn of what you've heard or what you've seen, and take your knowledge and be able to transform it. And you, with the Clutter, have done that. And really kudos. I can't tell you how proud I am of you guys, and I love the sound that you guys produce. It really is like that old 70s concept record that Zeppelin and Floyd and so many others have done, and you guys are carrying on that tradition and doing it in your own style, and it really is amazing. Now these guys are going to be performing live. We've been getting tickets out for the pre-record sale concert that's going on Lafayette Theater tomorrow night. The doors open at 6 p.m. There's going to be 7 bands, and one of the big highlights is going to be Rick DeSutter and the Clutter, and that's going to be the debut where you guys are actually going to start selling this brand new album on CD, right?
Yes, that's right. The official release is the 19th, which is next Tuesday, and that's when I'll do a big online launch for the world to download. And but yes, we already have physical copies in our hands, and I don't see any reason to hold them back. So, and perfect weekend being record store day weekend, so we will have physical copies there for sale, definitely.
It's going to be
tomorrow
awesome.
night.
Well, people are going to buy it, I guarantee you, and especially after they see you guys live. We got to hear more from the Clutter. I am so excited to be able to have this album in my hand. This is one that I have really been looking forward to, I've got to tell you, this year.
Cool.
And you and I have stayed in contact, and I've been so excited that you were able to get this produced. And a big special thank you to so many people. Do you want to do the list of all the people that helped you out?
Yeah, sure. So these people, funded at a certain level, and we put their name on the album credits here. We've got Steve and Susan Johnson, Andrew and Betsy DeSutter, Travis Claywell, Mark Woodcock, Jim Walsh, Amy Maples, Tom and Joe Nelson, Renee and Sarah Kinch, Laura DeSutter, Dick Nelson, Tracy Vance, Kyle Mandeville, and countless others that helped fund the album.
Well, and of course, the wonderful band, they are the Clutter. It's Rick DeSutter, Matt Nelson, Jaron Walsh, Jake Johnson, Nathan Gowdy.
Yep.
I got his name right.
Yep,
I love
you got
that.
it.
And
That's
of course, it's
That's
written by
everybody.
Rick DeSutter with lyrics and produced by Rick DeSutter. And of course, your great producer too, Dallas Johnson, that went with you too, right?
Yes. Dallas is a good friend of mine. He's a very talented engineer and producer. Yep.
Well,
we work well together.
Well, I love it. We need more music. This is The Clutter. First time it is being heard in the world. It's from their brand new album, Sleeping Light. And this song is called Tumbling Down. And we've got it for you right here on Bob FM. 95.3 Bob FM. What an honor it is to be able to have Rick DeSutter from The Clutter right here in the studios, and it is our local tracks at 4:30, all brought to you by IU Health. Right now you can request a same-day appointment with an expert Riley physician pediatrician. Just go online at iuhealth.org/primary care. And of course, The Clutter, they've got a brand new album out. We have just been hearing some tracks. That is the first track, called Tumbling Down, off of the brand new album, Sleeping Light. Now, this is going to be available coming out Tuesday, the 19th. But tomorrow night, there is the pre-record store concert. This is a great celebration, and the Clutter are going to be a part of it. The Mound Builders, of course, we had them on last Thursday during Local Tracks at 4. They're going to be releasing their 12-inch vinyl split with Pale Horseman, who's also going to be at the concert. This is 7 different bands, and you're part of this.
Yeah.
And what a great time this is going to be at the Lafayette Theater in downtown Lafayette. Tell us how this got involved, how you got involved with this concert.
Well, the guys with Mom and Pop Productions, contacted us and said they were doing this big event and wondered if we'd be interested. And I'm always thrilled when it's like a community kind of show, right? I mean, it's a lot of fun that way because I want to get involved with other bands and other local happenings. And I was thrilled to be a part of it. So I talked to my guys and we said we'd try it. And and the whole time in the back of my mind, I was thinking we might be able to land the album by then. So I was kind of thinking.
Were you panicked? Was it kind of nervous about that?
A little bit. I mean, because originally I thought I would even have the album out by March, but it's you don't want to slice off details at the end. You want to make sure it gets done right. But yeah, it was kind of like, well, we're gonna play this show either way, and if we can get the album out in time, we will. And being the weekend for Record Store Day, I really wanted to, and that way we can make the show even bigger. So we made it.
Too, and you guys made it.
Yeah.
And I think that that's so great too, because now people are going to hear the new sound. I'm sure that you're going to be playing some of the songs that are off this brand new album, and people are going to be able to buy it on site. And I love the concept of this concert because it's the pre-Record Store Day. Record Store Day is actually on Saturday. The pre-Record Store Day is the concert. And of course, we've been giving away tickets coming up tomorrow night. It is at 6 p.m. was when the doors open. 7 p.m. is the show. You can buy tickets at the door. They're only $8, and you're going to see performances from The Clutter. Also, the Mound Builders are going to be the headliners. Quiet Hollers. There is Pale Horseman. And let's see, a Pinnature Walk. And the Pummels are going to be there as well. Plus, record stores. I loved going to record stores. I couldn't wait for releases so that I could go to the record store and actually pick up either my vinyl, then my cassette tape, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my CDs. I still go to record stores to get it. I very rarely buy online because it's the thrill of being able to have that copy in my hand. And some of these great vendors are going to be Failure Records and Tapes. Of course, The Boat Records. I love that. The Doom Room, and of course, Mom and Pop Productions. They're putting on this concert. Mm-hmm. And pretty cool. I'm so glad that you got your album done in time.
Oh, I know. I'm really excited. We just got them in, I think, Tuesday. We got a shipment of them.
It smells like it.
I was really happy about that. Yeah.
Isn't it awesome when you open the first one and you just go, it's a brand new album. Oh, my gosh.
I know. I was super excited because, like a lot of songs, you play them before the album's out. And people come up and they buy your album. When they hear you, you really want them to buy what they're hearing. Right. So I'm really excited to offer this at shows now, and people can really get the full experience of what they're hearing.
Well, and what is so great about you and your band, you guys are so tight. Rick DeSutter really is like a band leader. And when you watch him in concert, you will recognize this. It is so important for him and his band to be able to perform. And you guys like to sound like your albums, and you guys do sound like your albums when you're live. And you really control it, and I love that. You have essences of Bruce Springsteen in you, and Prince. When you've seen these guys in concert, man, they control their band, and everybody is tight, and they are watching their leader. Mm-hmm. And you are there you are there. That is what you are for the Clutter. And I think it's so cool that all your bandmates are just like, nope, right there. Whatever happens, this guy sets the tempo. We all follow him, and it's on, and everybody falls in line. And I know that kind of sounds kind of like regime, but it is so important sometimes for that to happen. And to me, that's really professionalism and wanting to get it right. And your passion for music shows through your music. And I think that it's great when you show that. It is phenomenal to watch.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We've been playing together for a while, so you just kind of get in the zone up there. You don't really think about those directions that we give each other, it just kind of happens, which is good.
Yeah, communicating. It's almost ESP, isn't it, within the band?
Mm-hmm.
So
everybody knows it's, and I've also been playing my worship team at church for years, and it's the same thing. You have to do a lot of communication of where you're going to go, and it's always everybody has a question in their head, and the answer is yes or no. Because it's all, are we going this way? Are we going this way? It's almost always that way when you're up on stage. There's no rocket science to it. So if you get a look, you know that's yes.
Yeah.
Basically, it's
Yeah.
really that simple.
Have you ever changed it up? All of a sudden, it just went off on a riff, and everybody just went, "Let's go for it," or like your drummer just going, "Okay, now time for a drum solo."
Not too often, but on occasion, when you know you're at a show and it's kind of like a free for all and nobody's worried about time, then yeah, end the song and like, oh, I'll just play a solo off and see if the guys want to roll with it or not.
That's
so
sweet.
we haven't done too much jam stuff, but yeah.
Pretty awesome. Well, you guys can see The Clutter. It is going to be a phenomenal concert. It is the pre-Record Store Day celebration, and it's happening tomorrow, Lafayette Theater on Main Street. Doors open at 6 o'clock, and the concert begins at 7 o'clock. And 7 great bands, including my friend Rick DeSutter and his band, The Clutter. So much different variety of music. It's going to be psych and rock and indie and folk and punk, sludge, metal, even blues. And of course, with The Clutter, it even goes beyond that. And your album, everybody can pick it up at the concert tomorrow night, but they can also get it on the 19th, release day, Tuesday. And where can people go on Tuesday to be able to get your album, this wonderful brand new album called Sleeping Light?
Well, you can definitely follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/theclutter for all those updates of where to go. Otherwise, you can go to our website, theclutter.us, and we'll have links for that.
That is awesome.
Yep.
Well, and of course, we'll keep people posted on our Facebook page too, at 95.3 Bob FM. Rick DeSutter, thank you so much for taking time to be here. I know it was a pain in the katukas to actually get to the studio with all the construction.
Yeah, I made it.
Well,
Yeah.
you're a master, man. Seriously. It is so great to be able to have you here. Come back anytime, okay?
Thanks.
Really, we love to be able to promote local music, and you are a local artist that is so worthy of being heard. Brand new album, Sleeping Light with The Clutter. We're going to hear one more song as we wrap up local tracks at 4:30. This one is Mad Dog on the Run with Rick DeSutter and his band The Clutter, live right here. And it's the first time that everybody's hearing it, and we're premiering it on Bob. What an honor it is.
There we go.
Take a second.